It'll go away. It'll pass.
At 10, Monica Lewinsky's attorney gives his take on the crisis. Plus, a U.S. strike looms large as Iraq mobilizes its civilians. And Stephen King rewritten? The X-Files uproar on Fox 25 News at 10.
Now, more live, local, late-breaking news. This is Fox 25 News at 10.
It'll go away. It'll pass. The president will remain in office. He'll do a good job. We'll all hopefully have a sound economy, keep our jobs, and I think everything's going to be fine.
Tonight, Monica Lewinsky's attorney predicts we'll soon see an end to the crisis at the White House. Good evening, I'm Tory Ryden.
And I'm Dave Barker. First, on Fox tonight, another day of the Clinton crisis means another day of political spin, with polls showing the president's approval rating at an all-time high. There are questions tonight about how this will all play out. And Fox 25 News reporter Mike Beaudet joins us now live with the very latest. Mike.
Dave, Newsweek and Time magazine are reporting that Monica Lewinsky held out for a public relations job before she'd file an affidavit denying an affair with the president. Now, her attorney says he doesn't know if that's true. That development comes as the White House keeps quiet, no doubt savoring the poll numbers. But there's plenty of talking still going on.
I'm getting sick of it. You know, that's all you hear, the president this.
At the public garden, the public is talking.
I think we just let it go, let the man continue to run the country, and that's it.
They're talking about the crisis that's threatening to slip up Bill Clinton's presidency, about allegations he had an affair with an intern and told her to lie about it.
I like to hear about other things that are going on in the world at this point.
The apparent lack of interest comes as polls put the president's popularity higher than ever. Even Monica Lewinsky's attorney predicts the crisis will pass, with the president remaining in office.
I think we have much more pressing issues to face. I don't think anybody in the American public is really interested in the president's sex life.
But the investigation remains top priority for independent counsel Kenneth Starr. Back at work today, and still no immunity deal for Lewinsky.
We're moving forward very quickly, and we're trying to assemble all the facts.
Still unknown to all how this will end.
If the allegations were true, it would be profoundly troubling.
I believe if the president has lied to us about this affair, he should step down.
For now, the public slides through it all, like it or not.
He should resign. If he did it, it's getting in the way of the presidency.
Enough is enough already.
Lewinsky's attorney was busy today appearing on 5 television talk shows, but he says this is the last day he's making the rounds. He's planning on taking his now infamous client to California this week so she can visit her father and get away from Washington. I'm Mike Beaudet, Fox 25 News.
As we mentioned tonight, the president's approval ratings continue climbing to all-time highs. According to a new Newsweek poll, it's up to 70%. And 64% of Americans believe Mr. Clinton is still an effective president despite the sexual allegations against him. As for the man making the case against the president, more than half of those Americans polled disapprove of the way Special Counsel Kenneth Starr is handling the case.
President Clinton may not be watching those opinion polls too closely. Tonight, his mind is wrapped up with a showdown in Iraq, where anti-American sentiment grows by the minute. And Iraq has begun training its citizens to do battle with the U.S. Men from their teens to their 70s chanting anti-American slogans are the latest recruits to join Saddam's army. Iraq is bolstering any and every defense should the U.S. strike.
The best defenders are those who defend their homes and their nations, their honor and their ideals.
Al-Sahaf called threats of a military strike, quote, a cheap kind of rhetoric by U.S. and British leaders aimed at creating a phony crisis over UN weapons inspections. Madeleine Albright isn't amused.
We must stop Saddam from ever again jeopardizing the stability and security of his neighbors with weapons of mass destruction.
Israel's civil defense authorities are taking action should the diplomatic efforts fail, preparing for an unlikely biochemical attack by Iraq. Should Israel be attacked, Albright says retaliation is in order, sending yet another clear, strong signal.
The window for carrying out that diplomatic solution and the time for it seems to be narrowing.
Tonight, in-step leaders from Russia, France, and Turkey vowing to breathe a fresh approach to diplomatically resolving the standoff over UN weapons inspectors. But tonight, Iraq isn't taking any chances as civilians take up arms, ready to defend at any cost. Also tonight, the State Department reports Kuwait and Jordan are backing the U.S. hardline toward Iraq. And stay tuned to Fox 25 as the U.S. moves closer to military action in the showdown with Iraq. We will bring you the very latest on the situation as it unfolds.
The Fizz is now out of the local Coke strike. That's right, it's over as more than 500 strikers head back to work tonight and tomorrow. They've been on the picket lines for 2 weeks now, but agreed to a new contract this afternoon. It will give them a 3% raise, a bump in pension, Veterans Day off. And according to this local Coke driver, Bill Casey, a whole lot more.
I want to spend my time with my kids, and they'll be home from school, so I'll be with them. So sometimes it isn't all about money, you know?
So once again, it is over for Casey and the 525 other local striking Coke workers, over before customers really felt its punch since supply was never really affected.
A Massachusetts woman is filing a landmark lawsuit against United Airlines. Jamie Soames of Wellesley claims her husband died because the United Airlines plane didn't have life-saving equipment. 37-year-old Stephen Soames died of a heart attack on a United flight back in 1995. The plane was carrying all the equipment required by the FAA, but Soames says the plane should have been carrying a portable defibrillator. 3 Connecticut teenagers make a safe return after spending a cold, scary night lost on a Vermont mountain. The 14-year-olds got lost in the woods last night when they left a Sugarbush Mountain ski trail in Warren. But tonight, Dan Collins, Jason Bacalar, and Carlos Montero were all reunited with their parents. The boys survived the night by building a snow wall to protect them from the cold. They got back to the lodge by backtracking their steps.
An Attleboro man is being held on $1 million bail tonight. Police say he robbed and raped an elderly woman. Police say the attack happened in Attleboro in the victim's own home. Officers say 33-year-old Billy Titsworth broke in through a window of the apartment, threatened the woman with a knife, grabbed some money, and then raped the 77-year-old. The woman is okay physically tonight with some minor injuries. Titsworth will be arraigned tomorrow. 2 men arrested during a raid of designer drugs in Westport face a judge tomorrow. 31-year-old Eric Reiseroff and 32-year-old Christopher Serra will be arraigned both in Fall River on drug manufacturing charges. Police tell us they found the men making so-called designer drugs, including ecstasy and Special K.
Well, it seems Bay State isn't showing much support for its hometown teams. A new survey shows residents don't want to spend their tax dollars to keep the Patriots or the Red Sox in Massachusetts. The Beacon Hill Institute survey shows 55% of people oppose using tax money to keep the Patriots here, while 58% oppose using taxes for the Red Sox.
Of course, the New Year usually brings in huge parties and big noise. Well, the Chinese New Year is no exception. Fox 25 News reporter David Wade now takes us to Chinatown, where the Year of the Tiger comes in with a roar.
It sounds like a war zone. It looks like China. It's neither. It's Chinatown. Thousands are celebrating Chinese New Year, the Year of the Tiger. If you only spend 30 seconds at a Chinese New Year celebration, you'll learn one thing. This right here is a sight for sore ears. How are your ears?
Hurting.
How are your ears doing?
What ears? Can't hear you.
Bricks of firecrackers explode.
It's to get away the bad luck and scare away the devil and get the new year coming.
This is loud, it's cool, they throw it around everywhere.
Traditional Chinese lions roam the streets. They dance from business to business.
Basically what you're saying is that a lot of the merchants will hang out greens and lucky money in order for the lion to eat. And it brings in good luck for them, good luck for the town.
It's weird, it's strange, it's great.
In Boston, David Wade, Fox 25 News.
And the Chinese New Year actually began last weekend, or actually last Wednesday. What a party. It'll be celebrated for 15 days.
Coming up on Fox 25 News at 10.
They're tears of joy. I'm very thankful.
An emotional day, a second chance for a Bay State family. A daughter gives her dad the gift of life.
It'll be a quiet Groundhog Day, but there's a big storm on the way. Your Fox forecast comes up a little later on.
Just ahead on Fox 25 News at 10.
At 10:13, the Dolphin death toll rises on the Cape.
At 10:14, will a convicted murderer escape her execution?
And an upcoming X-Files episode causes a king-size debate. Details at 10:26.